All right, today we're going to install carbon fiber panels. I'm going to change this panel out here, that one, the bottom, and the top, including the side vents with some Straddle style vents, getting rid of this plastic with carbon fiber. Here we can see one of the pieces right here. All right, and it's light and shiny and slight weight savings. We also do have some titanium bolts right here, and these will help with the weight savings as well as just looking nice. So let's get started on that. Gonna have to start probably here. The top one looks pretty easy. That one you can do without worry. I'm going to do that one probably last in case something hits it. But I'm going to start with this panel here and then move on to that one. And then the last piece looks like it's covered from these two side panels here. Here's where the panel off. There's 10mm bolts on the ends over there, 2 on each side. But you're going to have to take this panel off. So I put the shock back in. To take the shock out, you do need to stick a screwdriver right under this. Just bend it a little bit and this will pop out and just pull. Do not stick it from here. Stick it from back here under this. Okay, so now we have to take this piece off. This piece right here comes off. To take this piece off, we basically have to undo all these stupid bolts to take this piece off so I can put it in the new one. All right, got the top pieces in right there, 4 bolts. And then the bottom piece there, 2 bolts on the sides. Don't tighten all the bolts at once. Goes very slowly. You might need to take some adjustments. This side I got in. Again, pop the side out with the screwdriver, put it in, fit nice. And of course we got the original piece right here in. And basically gonna do the other side. So pretty easy. Can get frustrating at times if the bolts are, so that you definitely don't wanna screw them in at the same time. We're going to make quite a bit of mess here, so I'm going to finish this up and I'll take a final shot. Here we have the titanium setup versus the factory ones, which are kind of looking worn out and dull. Okay, so there's 2 washers. There's a small one and then there is a bigger one, and you can get these in different places and stuff. I can put a link. But it is substantially lighter, but again it's relative, and it won't rust. It won't look like crap like this. You see that whiteness, and and the tips are starting to wear out from probably using them. Anyways, I'm just going to continue with that. Here goes one side. Stupid company forgot to drill a hole in that one. I had to take it all off again to put a new hole in myself. Pretty annoying, but it is what it is. It is aftermarket. They're not going to be like the originals. But in terms of weight, it's not any weight savings at all. There's no weight savings whatsoever. I'm only doing it for looks. So after installing the carbon fiber panels, I was just not happy with their quality. They definitely felt made from China, and it's not something I want to put on this car. So, So yeah, the factory panels went back on. I did use these titanium bolts. Does make it look nicer. So again, there's 7 bolts on this side, 7 bolts on that side, and basically on a carbon fiber I had this and this in carbon fiber, but this part was literally flapping. I don't recommend changing this. The factory one is fine, and honestly, I'll be honest, I didn't use a scale, but just the fact of using your own hands, these panels are very light. You're not going to save any weight. It's only cosmetic, but then if it's cosmetic, it better be perfect. Otherwise, you might as well just take these out and get them painted, or you can do it yourself, or you can get it powder coated or something like that. It's just carbon fiber air boxes. Yeah, these make sense. But if you go like this piece, some people change the carbon fiber. I don't really see any benefit in it. There's no weight savings. I think the aluminum looks just fine. But I mean, if you're gonna go all out, at least it has to look good. And it had some defects, and the fitment was kind of sloppy. It just was flapping, and it's like, you know, you don't want this car. You want it right. So the original ones are great. They're fine. If you can get some quality ones, I've yet to find any quality ones, and it's not about them being cheap. It's just about them being quality, and original ones. I haven't seen the original ones from the CS, but you know, they look all right, and they're very expensive and hard to come by. So, you know, $4,000 for just two panels, it just doesn't make sense. You know, so it's weight savings wise, you're better off. I mean, you're just better off just changing these bolts for some weight savings, and they do look nicer and they won't rust. And you know, this is an upgrade. The carbon fiber panels, you know, it's up to you, but I decided against it until I find the right set. But it is you know, it's not a hard job, but this take time. If you're using the electric, I didn't use an electric tool. I just use my hand, socket wrench. You do need some good tools. Make sure you don't strip the heads on these. On the titanium ones, are a little bit softer, I believe. So you got to be careful. Other than that, yeah, that was a failed project in installation carbon fiber panels. I can't see anything in here other than maybe getting a whole new air box to save weight here. But the factory air box does weigh quite a bit. But there's only a few options out there, and they're very, very expensive. Makes sense.